Well, good morning, beloved community. Welcome. You're in for a treat today. We've got the amazing Reverend Jon Scott and his beautiful wife, Kerri, here with us, and a lovely service planned. So we're very blessed. Let's all come and tune in together to the highest vibration, the frequency of love, light, laughter, joy, peace. Let's take a breath, and we will sound the toning of the universe 3 times. Om. And as we breathe in that beautiful presence, we stand and sing, "Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place."
Amen. Amen. I ask, if you will, to place your hand on your heart. Just feel that heart space. Allow the rhythm to be felt. Pure presence, holy God, creator of all life, that presence that dwells within us, through us and as us. We invoke that presence now. We stir up the energy of the divine presence within us. Today our bodies are healed, our minds are aligned with the truth, and our hearts are open. If you'll affirm with me, I am open. I am supported. I am ready. I am open. I am supported. I am ready. And so it is.
Okay. In a church by the river, here we are. We're gonna sing. Down by the riverside.
Thank you, Meg. Good morning. Namaste. I stand in the presence. Welcome to our service today. Today's celebration will offer some clarity and answer some questions. We have a lot of great things going on today that will unfold as we share this special time together. First, let us set our intention as a congregation. We are an inclusive spiritual community that honors all paths to God. Unity on the River is the center of celebration, inspiration, transformation, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. Hold that in your heart as we say our mission and vision together. Our mission? We are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its divinity. And our vision, centered in love, we joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. And our vision for a new spiritual leader together. The spiritual leader of Unity on the River is a heart-centered, inspired teacher and mentor who lovingly embodies the highest and most joyful vision for Unity on the River and the world. Let's welcome our streamers, cozy at home or on vacation. Thank you for joining us today. If you are here for the first time, anybody here for the first time? Yes, welcome. Yeah, our speaker. And if you'd like to receive our weekly newsletter, we have a welcome card you could fill out, and feel free to do so. It's on the welcome packet. And if you did not get a welcome packet and would like one, we'll give you one. But I think you are both very familiar with Unity, so glad to have you here. If you're streaming on one of our live platforms, you can type your email into the chat if you're comfortable doing so, or you can go on our website and fill out a form so that you'll be getting our weekly newsletters and to be able to stay up to date with what's happening. And this week we really are in for a special treat. All the way from St. Petersburg, Florida, is Reverend Jon Scott and his wife, Kerri. John is a very accomplished musician and will be displaying his divine talents during the service, and then a concert afterwards that starts at 12:15. Hope you can all join us after hospitality. John's talk title today is Making Sense of Life. I think we could all use a little bit of that these days. So we're in for a talk that will bring clarity to some of the questions we all have about life. Are we ready for some answers? Yes! I know I am, and I'm sure you all are as well. If you're attending the concert today at 12:15, we are having a light lunch after the service. So for $20, you can get the light lunch and the concert. If you're not attending the concert, you can still help yourself to the normal hospitality snacks and things like that. It's a $20 love offering for the concert. And Christian will be accepting cash, check, or card for that. Next week we have Leslie Smith speaking. Do you have a talk title? Love, that's her talk title. That covers everything. I'd like to welcome up Amy Joslin, who is chair of the Minister Search Committee, and she has some exciting information regarding one of our current applicants, Martine Bernard.
Look at those glasses. I got my love lenses on because we're going on another date. And this time it's with someone that we know, Rev. Martine Bernard. So yeah, it's very exciting, but we're going to be viewing her through a new lens, not as someone that is part of our speaker rotation, but someone who wants to be our senior minister, which is a very sacred and honored position. So we're doing her candidacy a little differently this time. We have a workshop, which is going to be September the 6th. That'll be 2:30 to 4:30, and it's really awesome. The talk title of her workshop is How to Soar in Troubled Times, the Spiritual Alchemy of Turning Lead into Gold. And Martine says that during the workshop, you will discover how to rise above the greatest challenges by practicing the ancient spiritual art of transforming fear and pain and limitation into wisdom, peace, and clarity. Who couldn't use some of that right now, huh? Additionally, she's going to be doing a talk on the same talk title, which will be the following week on the 14th. And when I talked to Martine about this, I said, what's the difference between the two? Because they have a similar theme. She said the workshop and the lessons share the same theme, but they are intentionally different in format and focus. The workshop is a hands-on, interactive with journaling, group reflection, and practical tools. And the talk will be an inspired message rooted in scripture and spiritual alchemy, meant to uplift and through story and meditation and collective affirmation. Doesn't that sound awesome? So I'm really hoping that people will come out to support Martine, and give her feedback. So please come on the 6th, which is the Saturday, and then please come the following Sunday, which on the 14th, to support her. There'll be a Q&A session, just like we did with John McClain after the talk, immediately after the talk. So if you've got any questions, please bring those as well. And that's it.
Thank you, Amy. We have a couple of other important things that are coming up. Living in the Domain of Miracles, being taught by Jackie Woodside. This life-changing course begins on September 21st and runs through mid-December. She's giving a great discount on this life-changing program. You can click on the link that was in the newsletter this week, and you can get all the information about that program. It's very detailed. And the pricing and everything else is on the website. And then on Friday, September 26th and Saturday, the 27th, Carol Stringham will be presenting a workshop. I wonder why he's clapping. This is a 2-day intensive workshop focused on prosperity, and it's being offered at Carol and Scott's home in Newcastle, New Hampshire. The cost of this workshop is $150, which includes all the course materials. Carol will teach you how to transform your life by utilizing a variety of prosperity principles. And the sign-up information is on Carol's website. We have a QR code here, or it's also in the newsletter from Friday. It counts as one of the 2 workshops or programs you need to take to become a member of Unity on the River. Now, we are grateful for all the hard work of our board of directors. If you could stand, we'll acknowledge you, those who are here today. Great, thank you so much. And Brad is going to come up and give us some information about the new property that we're considering. Brad?
Thank you. So I'll give you a general update on the board business because we did have a board meeting recently. Much of that was about the property. So the board continues to meet twice a month, once regular meeting and once to get progress updates. At our last board meeting, that was on August 21st. So financially, for the month of July, we were in the red, which put us in the red for the year. It's not uncommon for people to give less in the summer, so this is not necessarily unexpected. And of course, we did have that amazing raffle this month. Yes. So we expect to be in the black for this month. And we're very grateful. The board is very, very grateful for all the people who put in time, treasure, and talent for that, especially Denise DeSimone. Yes. Yay, Denise. Thank you, Denise, if you're watching. We continue to look for candidates for the Children's Program Coordinator. And now for the property, the congregation will have an opportunity to go inside and look at the property this Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Okay, so we tried to get this on a Sunday. It wasn't working out with all our conflicts, so we're going to do it on a weekday. The address is 39 High Street. It's at the corner of River and High. So if you're driving down 495, you just get off on the Broad Street exit, head toward the river, and it's right around the corner. Merrimack. Yeah, Merrimack Port, which is the center of Merrimack, or the port area by the river of Merrimack. If you're coming from Amesbury, you just kind of drive right along the river. So we were told a few days ago that the church is going to be listed soon, so that means we're going to try and get some clarity around what we want to do. So we're going to plan a community meeting in 2 weeks. That's Sunday, September 7th, where we can discuss the property. We'll have more information then, particularly on the finances, how that's all going to shake out. And we're hoping to have enough information to have a vote as well. So you do need to be a member to vote on that. So financially, our biggest cost are our staff, this wonderful music team, our speakers, and of course, our facility. So we want to make sure that we have enough for all of that moving forward. We are considering 2 big increases, buying the property and having a full-time minister. So we're going to take a really hard look at that and make sure that we're going to be able to take that on. Now, to help us do that, we're going to have a pledge drive. And basically, we're going to ask that everybody let us know how much you're going to give over the next year. That'll let us know how much money we have to work with. Okay, so if you're one of these people that every week, puts the same amount, just let us know you're going to continue doing that. That's great. If you want to up it, that's wonderful. If for some reason it has to go down, fine, just let us know. If you can give more, that's great, and that will tell us how much we can count on from the congregation and how much, if any, we need to make up with things like raffles or taking money out of our building fund or whatever we need to do. So our next board meeting is going to be Thursday, September 18th at 6:30. That's going to be here at the synagogue. Now, all our board meetings are open to members, so if you do want to come, just let a board member know. Thank you so much. Now it's time for our namaste, so please greet everybody. Oh, hold on a minute.
1 second. Hi, everybody. Sorry to interrupt. I just want everybody to know that all the toilets downstairs are clogged right now. So I will be working on that during service. I found the plunger. And let's get back to namaste. You get.
So, please ask if a hug or a handshake is appropriate. Thank you.
Please welcome to Reverend Jon Scott. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. Question is why? Why are we here? To say our goodbyes, just here. This beautiful life, what is it for? To learn how to master peace or master war. There's only one answer that matters, even if your heart has been shattered. Whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Love is still the answer. Come and sing now. Love, 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 love. Oh, love, 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 love. Listen now, we all make mistakes. Yes, we're not perfect yet. Some even think God made us fall from a big old accident. And the question that sits on everyone's lips is why should we pick ourselves up and start over again? There's only one answer that matters, even if your heart has been shattered. Whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Love is still the answer. Love, 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 love. Yes, it's love, 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 love. The question I'll ask at the end of my days is what did I give and what will I take? There's only one answer that matters, even if your heart and your dreams have been shattered. Whatever you want, Special thank you to this band and the singers. Please just let them know how much you love them. I think we rehearsed for like 2 minutes, and you guys just nailed it. Thank you so much. I don't want to go any further without saying thank you to my partner in life, the love of my life, my beautiful wife, Kerri. Thank you. Thank you, love. She's always looking out for me, too. She's like, you're going to need water because you're going to cry. That's what you do. I used to apologize for that, and I don't anymore. I'm grateful that my eyes sweat. It's an honor to be with you, and I want to say thank you to Mark and Leslie. Thank you for opening up your home and your hearts to us and allowing us to stay with you. So thank you so much. And I'm excited that you're going to talk about love next week. So we sang about it today. It's just a prelude, that's all. I'm Jon Scott, and I am honored to be with you. I am 3 or 4 generations Pentecostal fundamentalist preachers. God bless me. I came from the church of the fiery furnace, and everybody else was the church of the chosen frozen. And at least that's the way I was taught. And a lot of it was not taught, it was just caught, kind of like a disease. And so I grew up in an environment where everything, if it felt good, you stopped doing it. If it tasted good, you spit it out. If it looked good, you closed your eyes. If it sounded good, you closed your ears. Because everything, just about everything was a sin. And when I say that, I'm not actually joking with you. The devil was under every rock. He's going to get you if you don't watch it. I don't know if any of you are familiar with church. Church, we called it church because there was a little difference in church and church. I knew more about the devil and sin and what not to do than I did know what to do. And something happened to me. I called it a crisis at the time. A crisis of faith led me to the Christness of my faith. When everything broke down, it all fell into place. Dissolution led to evolution, and evolution led to the solution of my soul that brought me into a space of understanding who I truly am. And today I want to share a little bit of that with you. So much of what we say in terms of talking about love and troubled times and those kinds of things, we say it as reaction. And truthfully, what's happening in the world right now, we should not be reacting to, we should be responding to, because responsibility is literally your ability to respond. Reaction is powerless. Responsibility is your ability, your power to respond. And the universe is just waiting for us to align with the truth of who we are, come into the vibrational frequency coherence of the truth of who we are, so that we can begin to become the emanation of divine presence in the world. This time that we're in right now is not something to react to because it's calling us forward. It's the pressure that's needed to move through the birth canal and to literally create a new human race on the planet and to build a new world. We have not come here to save the world. We've been talking about saving the world for a long time. This world system that is built right now has been on the pumps and been on the CPR for a long time. It's time to unplug mama and let her go. We need a new life. We need a new world. We don't need to save this one. Let's stop trying to save something that died a long time ago and just hadn't had the good grace to lay down. Let's tell the truth of who we are. Today I want to talk a little bit about making sense of life. I don't normally use a pulpit, and so my vibe might be a little different today. Then again, I did grow up Pentecostal, so I might throw a foot or something every once in a while. I might say, can I get an amen? You know. So when I was in seminary, they gave lessons as an elective. You could get extra points if you got your lessons down. That was Jesus died on the cross to save you from your sins. You got to graduate sooner if you could do that stuff. Woo, Lord. Making sense of life is, for me, it's about inviting our sensual self, which is the 5 senses as we know them, into the truth of our divine nature. It's integration more than information. We have a lot of information. We have all kinds of books. We have all kinds of workshops. We have all kinds of conferences. We know a lot of things, or at least we think we do. Actually, we believe a whole lot, but know very little. And our beliefs, more than anything else, stand in the way of truth. Because when truth reveals itself, if it's different from our belief system, we have a tendency to shoot it down. Different is not dangerous. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, Come on, they won't bite you. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, different is not dangerous. Now, your nervous system is actually literally built to have habit as its protection. And you want your body, you want your brain to remember how to habitually do things, because that habit part that's in you gives you the ability to, when you decide to stand up and go to the bathroom, your legs work, your feet work. That's called habitual response. It's a practiced behavior. And you want the brain to capture those kinds of habits. The problem with that is that if you believe the brain is in charge, then the brain is going to lead you down pathways that it thinks you believe based on what you have received in this thing called the brain. It's a data receiving device. It takes in about 40 to 50 million bits of information per second. The unconscious mind is 95% of what you do in any given day. Most of us only operate within 5% of cognitive awareness. The rest is all dependent on the subconscious or unconscious mind. This is why St. Paul, all the way back in the day, said, be renewed in the spirit of your mind so that you can do the acceptable and good purpose and will of God. To not be conformed, but to be transformed. Somebody say, I'm not going to be conformed. I'm going to make y'all talk to me. Somebody say, I'm not going to be conformed. I'm here to transform so that I can transmit God into the planet. See, the original AI is you. But it's authentic and authoritative intelligence, not artificial. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I am not artificial. I am authentic, authoritative intelligence. This means that we have the power to transmit the pure presence into everything that we're experiencing in the world. You are divine energy that showed up in your human expression and experience. And the only limitation that any of us have in this room is the limitation we believe in. And that's our lamentation most of the time. It's the thing that tends to keep us in a box, because the system of our world needs you to remain in a box. It needs you to believe that the way things are just the way it's going to be. But it doesn't have to be this way. Somebody say, it doesn't have to be this way. We do not have to live in a world of inequity. We do not have to live in a world of inequality. We do not have to live in a world where your worth is measured by what you produce. That is the biggest lie that we bought. Religion helped us sell the lie. Between religion and government, we have found ourselves in a situation where God that's reigning over you is a God that is a dictator, a God that is authoritative. It's a God that's going to judge you if you sneeze wrong. And then it uses the government's hand to keep us under control. Somebody said, you sound like an anarchist. You are correct, because in a world where we need to shift this and shift it quickly before the planet itself expels us, it's time for us to make a change. But we can't do it until we embody what we say we believe. So this brings me to awakening. You've been hearing a lot about awakening. And we love that language, especially in New Thought. We're awakening. But then when you realize, most of the time when you wake up, you're disoriented. And if you're shook awake, you're real disoriented. I don't know about you, but I don't sometimes want to be woke up when I'm in a good sleep, and we've been in a stupor sleep. So I could say stupid, but I didn't want to be mean. We've been in a stupor of a sleep, and now we're feeling the pressure that is shaking us. It's time to wake up, shake up, and rise up into the truth of who we are. Now is the time, not tomorrow, and we need to stop waiting for a government to do it. I'm going to say something here that might get me in trouble, but that's all right. I'm leaving tomorrow anyway, so no big deal. And I ain't going to tell y'all where I'm staying because I'm in hiding. One of the biggest issues with the United States of America is we got hypnotized into believing that it was one person or one man or one woman that could get us out of this. We've been looking for a president to save us. Can I get right in our kitchen? We've been looking for a Jesus. Is that blasphemous? When Jesus' disciples said, "Good master," he rebuked them and said, "Why are you calling me good? There's none good but God." He was saying it always points back to inside of you. We need to stop looking for some big bad guy or some big bad woman to shift this for us. Every one of us have the divine presence within us to make the shift happen. This is about us, not about one person or one entity. It's not even about Jesus, y'all. If we can't embody the principle of the Christ, we shouldn't even use the name Jesus. Jesus didn't come to save you from God or from the devil. Jesus came to save us from our own limited thinking. I'm not even using my notes right now. Y'all hang tight. We're going to be here for a minute. I promise I'm not going to hold you too long. My wife said, "Can you actually do this in 15 or 20 minutes?" And I said, "We're going to see. I'm going to do my best. I won't hold you too long." She does look skeptical. So for me, I'll go through this real quick. I have my notes here, believe it or not. Let me show them to you so you know I'm not texting. I'm not on Facebook. It's not Facebook. The journey of awakening for me is the rhythm of awakening with progression. It's to make progress. Even our arguments shouldn't lead to winners and losers. They should lead to progress. And the rhythm of this awakening is first that this message, this download, this insight, which is way better than eyesight. This is why the scripture says, "Walk by faith, not by sight." It could easily say, "Walk by insight" instead of eyesight, because your eyes will trick you. Every one of us, if you don't believe it, watch a car accident, have them do a witness interview with 4 or 5 different people, and every one of them saw something different because we didn't actually see it. We saw it through our filters, and that's what all of us are doing. And until we can come into unity within our own selves and gain insight, our eyesight doesn't mean much. The rhythm of awakening is first this message comes to me. Somebody say, "To me." In other words, I begin to feel this energy of awakening on the inside of me. It starts to come in like a light. And sometimes it's very disruptive. You feel a little weird. I recently did a blog about the close line between spiritual awakening and psychosis. Because when you start to wake up, the mind gets disoriented because it can't identify with what it used to identify as. That's why I barely these days identify as Jon Scott. Because from day to day, I'm shifting and changing. The name that I was given was by my parents, God bless them. And also my beliefs were given to me by my parents. But as much as I honor them and I'm grateful that they're still alive, I can tell you, they think I've lost my mind. I am the card-carrying, badged, full-time heretic and false prophet in my family. I'm all of the stuff they warned me about growing up. And that happened when I came into awakening, and now they can't recognize me. I have people from my past, the first church I pastored or pestered, depending on who you're talking to. The first one that I did, I have people all the time. They're like, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" And I went, "Oh my God, I know. Isn't it crazy?" And they're like, "Wait, what? You agree?" Yes. It's amazing, and I'm so glad to be free. The chains are gone. But the first thing that happens is awakening starts to come to me. Somebody say, "It's happening to me." Now, after the disorientation sort of settles down, I get a little bit settled into that space, and I go, "Oh, okay, this is awakening. This is a shaking. Yeah, I'm getting ready to rise up. I'm extending myself. I'm expanding the consciousness." Then I realize it's happening for me. Not anybody else. I'm not concentrated on somebody else changing. I don't need anyone else to change. I'll never change anyone else. I want to be the change that I want to see in the world. And what is that? Love, joy, and peace. Those are the frequencies that I carry around. Love, joy, and peace. I am an emanation of love, joy, and peace. That is my daily practice as I go along the mapping of consciousness. And so I realize it's for me. It's not just happening out there. It's happening within me. And then I realize that it is meant for me so that it can be by me. I discover that my awakening is a vibrational field that participates with the creation itself. I'm not a bystander. I am a participator. I'm a participator in this pure presence. And then it happens through me. That awareness from the outside from the inside starts to flow out of me, through me to the rest of the world. I don't keep it inside. I begin to shine the light, but not by my words, but by my resonance and by my essence and by my presence. I don't want people to just hear my words. I want people to feel me before they ever hear me. I'm going to say that one more time to y'all. I want people to feel me before they ever hear me, because my words don't mean much if my essence is the opposite. Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Everything is energy. Everything is energy, and I'm either affecting the energy, or I'm infecting the energy. Which is it that you would like to be? Do you want to be a virus, or do you want to be healing? And then once I realize that it's through me, then I realize it's as me. Finally, I live in the awakened beingness. This is why I'm saying this. I'm looking up here today and I'm seeing that the unity principles say God is absolute good, everywhere present. The Christ is our divine nature. Your very essence is divine. The signature of God is on every cell in your body. Before they signed a birth certificate, your parents decided to have you, but God chose to send you. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, God chose to send me. And here's where it gets really crazy, friends. We talk about being divine, but many of us are afraid to embody our divinity. I'm going to ask you to do something that makes you feel probably uncomfortable. Maybe not all of you. But now look at your neighbor and say, guess what? You're sitting next to God. I am God. Oh, see, that slowed down. I heard I am, and then God's. I am. If you're sitting next to your spouse, they might look at you really crazy when you say, I am God. In fact, the next argument that you have, you don't have to have arguments, by the way. You can have close, intense moments of fellowship if you really want to spiritually bypass. But the next argument that you have with your spouse, make sure that while you're mid-argument, when it's not going your way, you say, hey, remember what that dude said from Florida who's crazy? I am God. So just remember that as we argue. We start to realize when we know that we're the divine nature that the chaos that we're experiencing is not chaos, it's catalyst. We're embodying the principle that the Christ is our divine nature. Jesus was not special. Man, it got quiet in here, didn't it, huh? Jesus was not special. Jesus embodied the truth of his divinity. But he said, the things you see me do, you shall do also, and greater shall you do, because as you wake up to your Christness in the midst of your Christness, it'll be the catalyst that will cause the explosion of your divinity to come to the forefront. Everything that's happening right now is knocking all of the walls down to reveal the truth of who we really are. We are in the process of shifting humanity into the greatest awakening that we've ever experienced. We're leaving the 3D and the 4D, and we're moving into the 5D and superimposing the pure presence on this planet in a way that the human race has not done ever before. This is what transformation looks like. It means to change your formation. To change. Form, to change your form. Dolores Cannon actually believed that our DNA is changing. She said this years ago. Now biologists are finding that the DNA is changing in the human body. You know why? Because those who evolve will not become extinct. And those who won't evolve will become extinct. The earth is not going anywhere. It's going to stay around. It's the world. It's the end of the world as we've known it. The word world in the English language comes from the original Latin and Greek. And in the Greek, which is the biggest influence on English, actually, in fact, it was going to be a choice. It missed by like 2 votes, Greek being the main language. And in the Greek, when we talk about world, it's the word cosmos. It's where we get the word cosmetic. Y'all know cosmetics? Some of y'all know a cosmetic store? Y'all know where I can get a little makeup? Cosmetics. What do you do with a cosmetic? You put it on the foundation that already is. That's what the world is. It's the end of the cosmetic. The cosmetic's coming off because the mask is falling off. This is why we were masked in 2020, 2021. Because it was metaphor for removing the mask once the disease is out. Oh, you felt that one? So the thing that I do when I'm going to move through this change, I'm going through this quickly, I promise. Anybody give me 2 more minutes? 2 more minutes? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I can, it's mathing. Creation happens in 3 stages through acceptance of the change. If I can accept the change, I stop fighting it, I stop resisting it, and when I stop resisting it, it doesn't persist to be suffering. So I accept the change because you're not going to win that fight anyway. And then I allow the change. That's different than acceptance. Acceptance is saying it is as it is. Allow is actually moving with it. I begin to move with the dance of the divine. And then number 3 is to embody the change. This is what I'm talking about. We can say all day long that God is absolute good everywhere present, but if we don't embody it, it doesn't mean much. It's just words. This is where we miss it with our manifestations. Is that manifestation's not about what we're saying. It's not about coming up with a great affirmation. It's not about a more juicy vision board. Because it doesn't matter how good your vision board looks, if you're saying you're abundant but you feel impoverished, then the universe is feeling your vibrational frequency that it is in complete dichotomy. It's in complete paradox. It's not the truth of what you actually believe. I don't know about you, but I think it's time for us to embody that God is absolute good everywhere all of the time. It's time for us to embrace and embody the fact that the Christ is our divine nature. And when we say Christ, this is where some of the confusion I think comes in. Every one of us associate that with Jesus the persona. Yeshua ben Joseph, his last name was not Christ. He was Jesus of Nazareth, or Yeshua ben Joseph of Nazareth. His last name was not Christ. Christ was attributed to him because the entire Gospel of John was built to make Jesus a messianical figure. And that was the church needed that to happen in order for you to worship Jesus so you wouldn't follow Jesus, because if you worship Jesus, you're less likely to become as powerful as Jesus. Jesus never said, worship me. Jesus said, follow me. And the only cross, he said, take up your cross and follow me. The only cross that you take up is getting rid of the limited concepts that you have about your own self. That's your cross. So this is the alchemy of awakening. The coming shift is already here. Between now and 2030, watch this. I don't normally get prophetic. I certainly don't want to be pathetic. But I don't normally get psychic or prophetic. But I do want to step into this today. I felt this for this space, for this room. Between now and 2030, you watch the Great Reset take place. The dissolution of structures, economic structures, governmental structures, all over this planet. It's already in place. We see it happening in this country. Have y'all seen it happen in this country? I don't care what your political stand is. It doesn't matter to me. This is not politics to me. This is watching up high, seeing what's transpiring. We are seeing a system fall apart that was never built on the right foundation to start with. It was built on anger and exclusion, and it was built on prejudice and racism, and it was built on holding women down and holding people of brown skin down. It was built on the backs of slaves with the blood of the indigenous people in the foundation. So it was built wrong to start with. Why would we think it would fall apart? Because how something begins determines how it ends. It's time for a great reset. So I'll move through this. Greg Braden, who's a scientist, he's really a modern day mystic. He said this. He asked a revolutionary question. He said, what if the ancient name of God, Yahweh, is encoded in our DNA? One of the reasons he asked about Yahweh, here we are in a synagogue. Look around you. One of the reasons that he asked this and got this in return was because one of the root languages of the world is Hebrew. And Yahweh is the name that they have used for God, although they don't believe that you can say the name of God. But he asked the revolutionary question, what if the ancient name of God, Yahweh, is encoded in our DNA? And as he began to do a breakdown of the cells, as he began to take a look at them as a scientist, he saw that the Hebrew name for God was Yud-He-Vuv-He. Somebody say Yud-He-Vuv-He. All right, so when there's the burning bush situation as Moses, some of us don't know it from Bible school, but you might know it from Charlton Heston's The Ten Commandments. And those who don't know the Ten Commandments, I know because my dad loved that movie. It's the burning bush that is talking to Moses and saying to Moses, go into Egypt and free my people. It's all metaphor. It's all metaphor. The entire Bible is mystical poems and metaphors, and it's ways for us to see the exposure of the truth of humanity. It's a way to watch historic humanity only on one part of the planet, by the way. It's to see the evolution of humans. But it's the burning bush where God says to Moses, I'm going to send you. And Moses says, okay, but the Egyptians believe that if you have the name of the deity, that you possess the power of the deity, so what's your name? He wanted some kind of power. And the burning bush said, I am that I am. But in a more proper translation in the Hebrew, he didn't say, I am that I am. That burning bush said, and it wasn't a he, by the way, pronouns. It wasn't a he, it was an essence, said to him, Yud, He, Vuv, He. And Yud, He, Vuv, He means the happening or vibration, energy, original essence. So you tell them that Yud, He, Vuv, He is the one who sent you. So Greg Braden began to break this down, and he used what he calls gematria. Braden began to map this in letters of the atomic numbers in the body. And he found that the Y equals hydrogen, H equals nitrogen, V equals oxygen, and the H is nitrogen. And this is how our cells are set up. And when you see YHVH in the science of the cells, it literally comes out to say Yud, He, Vuv, He. That means within the cellular structure in your body is the signature of the divine, God, the happening, the essence. What I'm saying is that in your DNA, there is a blueprint of your being, and your being is very essence of God. I am God in the flesh. In fact, you have 50 trillion cells in your body, and all 50 trillion cells in your body are the Holy of Holies, just vibrating in there, waiting for you to align with that truth. And when you do, you wake it up. And when you wake it up, your entire body gets an upgrade. It gets a jolt, and you can heal yourself, reveal yourself, and be your true self because you are the divine in human form. So if you want to make sense of life, life is literally Yud, He, Vuv, He, the happening. That is life. I'm not getting a life, I am life. I don't have a life, I am life. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you don't have a life, you are life. Start acting like it. This is not metaphorical, it's not symbolic, it is literally in every atom in your body, and I have run out of time, so I'm going to stop right there. I love all y'all. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Loved ones, take this moment, if you would, and close your eyes. Gently, gently. Breathe in deeply. Slowly exhale. Let the world, yes, even this world, within this sanctuary, fall away. Right here, right now. Nothing is missing. There's nowhere to go. Nothing to prove. You're home right here in this sacred moment. Your divinity is safe here. So breathe in through the nose. Exhale gently through the mouth. With each breath, you're returning. Returning not to this place, but to your essence. Breathe in and feel the signature of Source in your lungs. Breathe out and feel your body soften into remembrance. You're not trying to become divine. You're relaxing in what has always been true. Your breath is the prayer. Your body is the temple. Your awareness is the sanctuary. Now bring your attention to your cells in the body. 50 trillion living sanctuaries, each one vibrating with divine intelligence, each one with a holy signature. You're not just made by God, you are made of God. Feel that. Feel your skin glow with the light of this truth. Feel your bones hum with this remembrance. Feel your blood flow like holy water. Let every cell in your body whisper, I am the God code in motion. I am the message. I am the miracle. I am divine design. You're not here by accident. You came here for this moment. You came here to help birth a new world, to midwife a rising humanity. You are compassion in action. You are healing, humming through your hands and your heart. In this present moment, let the future rise up within you. Seeing yourself now as an awakened beacon, imagination flowing, creativity igniting, love radiating from your being like sunlight. You're not waiting for the Great Awakening. You are the Great Awakening. Now place your hand over your heart if you have not done so already. Feel the rhythm, the beat, this eternal yes. And in this moment, repeat this softly within yourself or aloud, whatever seems comfortable. Divinity is my natural state. It moves through my breath. It flows through my being. I am not a seeker. I am a rememberer. The name of God is written in me, and I allow it to shine now. A deep breath in. Rest in that as your awareness as we go into the silence for a few moments together. Now as we prepare to return, deep breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs, down into the abdomen, holding for just a moment, and then releasing. As you begin to return back to this room, feeling the support of the surface beneath you, bring with you this knowing. You are the Holy of Holies in motion. You are the light you've been waiting for. You are source energy, awakening through your very being. And so it is.
We see that energy from all beings all over the planet as God incarnate. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti. Om Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti. Om Shanti. Let's all say an Om together. Let's sing that. And in this beautiful resonance, let's send prayers to anyone who may need them in our community. We think of Stephanie Roy, our beloved Stephanie, and the passing of her brother-in-law, Rusty. So we send prayers to the family and just see them in the light of the love that they all are. And we give thanks for Donna Dia's recovery. Thank you. Great Spirit. Power of love. Yes. Sending this loving light energy to everyone who needs it. And so it is. And taking another breath and thinking of how wondrously prosperous we all are. We have everything we need. It's right here, right now. We're vibrating that. The power of incredible, incredible riches are pouring into us with every breath. So we say the blessing of the tithes and offerings as we hold them in our hands, or we may give over Venmo, or however we give. Let's say them from our heart. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I got everything that I need to be happy. I got food, I got friends, I got my beauty,
You know, what we just sang is the blessing of the offering. And let's just collectively say together, amen. That this offering comes into this beautiful community, it multiplies and prospers, and it continues to grow. You continue to grow. The property that you need already is, and all of the highway to it is already paved for you. The doorway is open, and then the blessing is returning, multiplied back to those who have given today. We declare this in the name of the nature of the indwelling presence. So it is.
And so it is. So let's sing. We got some welcome the kids up. Come on up. We are walking as the light of God. 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 We are walking. We are walking. We are walking as the light of God. We are walking. We are walking. We are walking as the light of God. Hey, so what did you guys do today? You went camping? Wow, right downstairs? You were camping downstairs? You know? What you got in your hands there? Cups you make?
Paper cups for filling up our souls when we're feeling down and then filling other people up.
We talked about being a good friend and nice things we can do for our classmates.
Wow. Thank you, guys. Bless you. Have a great day. Thank you, everybody. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you.